Closures because of the coronavirus outbreak. You remember the governor announcing that closure. All schools K through 12, both public and private, they are closed for 6 weeks. And while some parents are doing okay having the kids learning away from the classroom, for others, the struggle is real. It's a real problem out there. So joining us live this morning to talk about how the first week went, Dr. Ian Saltzman. He is a superintendent for Everett Public Schools. Dr. Saltzman's at Mill Creek Elementary in Mill Creek this morning. Good morning, Dr. Saltzman.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
We are doing well. We are staying happy and healthy and safe and staying away from each other. I hope you guys are doing the same. So, Dr. Saltzman, we have to know here, 1 week down, we've got 5 more to go here in this school closure. So what are you hearing from parents about this whole situation and teachers too?
Well, first of all, to our entire community, just follow what the governor says. Let's all be safe. But you know, we're hearing from parents that they are getting our information on our webpage. It's a very difficult time for our parents and our community, but we're just doing as much as we can with our deliverables. And to our teachers, I can't thank our teachers at Everett for all their hard work, but also across the state. This is a challenging time in public education that we have never seen before. So to all our educators and everybody that works in the community in education, it's a different time and we're all in this together.
100%. I think that's the best way to put it. We are all in this together. We're all in the same playing field here. So, Dr. Saltzman, tell us a little bit about, there were some schools that were talking about that they kind of had stopped the learning for last week, kind of treating it as an extra week of spring break. What are you guys doing in Everett to make sure that the kids continue their learning here?
Yeah, well, I had a great team working extremely hard. We put information on our webpage. We also had packets, deliverables to our community, and just the other day we delivered Chromebooks to our students. And for those that did not get, we had a few that we'll get again next week, Wednesday and Thursday. So we're doing everything for our community. This is where all educators are just in the business of servicing for our students and parents at this time.
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned the Chromebooks there. You know, you guys handed out more than 1,000 of these. Now that's not satisfying your entire school population. I would assume there are well over 1,000 kids through your district. So how are we accommodating those kids that you mentioned maybe didn't get one yet?
We're getting Chromebooks to, even if it's one per family, but also what we're doing is getting packets out to students. We set up a packet center, also using our webpage. So we're going to meet the needs of our students in the best of our ability. This is a fluid situation. It changes daily, as you know, but we will have deliverables for our students. We're also meals. We've served so many meals. We're making sure our students are fed. It's so important right now that we make sure our kids are taken care of, and also just monitoring our teachers, make sure they're doing okay.
Yeah, so speaking of your teachers here, obviously they're kind of teaching from home or whatever your guys' district is implementing here. How concerned are you that students are going to be suffering a really big educational setback here? I know you're talking about packets and deliverables and Chromebooks and things that you guys are doing, but there's not an essential like lesson plan out there. These students aren't going to regular classes and on that schedule. So do you think there's going to be an educational setback when all this is said and done?
You know, I think as a public, we have to understand this is a different venue right now. First of all, I know in Everett we have outstanding teachers, and I know across our state we have outstanding teachers. Everybody's doing their best, but it's going to be a different venue. And kids will be learning, but it might look a little different. We in public education did not expect this, and nobody in the nation did. So we're going to do our best for our kids, everybody, just however we get work to them and how we deliver it. But, you know, when you have great teachers, they have great minds, and they'll make sure that the kids get something. And the most important thing that our community is aware of everything that we're doing, and everybody's safe at this time.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Dr. Saltzman, I know that the teachers are in a union. I know that schools are closed for 6 weeks. Can you tell me exactly what the teachers are doing right now? I know you're talking about these packets and things like that. What essentially are the teachers doing to stay on board here and to continue the educational process?
Well, we've engaged in our teachers union every Thursday. We have communications with them. I have an outstanding union president that works side by side with us. You know, they are online talking to their students, and if they're not, they're engaging in some professional development. So I'm not worried about the professionals that serve our students. They're an outstanding group of professionals doing everything they can. And every week, we know that this is going to be a fluid situation. I want to reiterate that to everybody. This changes as we go. When you say 6 weeks, we're going to make sure that we have deliverables to our students. And when you have professionals, this is a community issue, a nationwide issue. So I think every teacher in the nation right now has to understand that the delivery and the venue is totally different than we've ever expected.
Okay, so you were talking about the teachers still being able to talk with their students and still really being involved here. How do we keep the kids involved? How do we make sure that the kids are staying on task? Because this is uncharted territory for all of us. How do we make sure that they're staying on task and doing those homework assignments?
Well, you've said it best. I have 2 children also. It's a challenge for every parent. You know, we're trying to have activities for them on our webpage and our packets, and districts working together. Our state education system's done an amazing job just keeping us informed. But this is a challenging time for parents, and this is, you know, we have to understand that. So whatever we can do to alleviate some angst, we're going to do that. But we just have to continue trying to do what we have to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I know these are going to sound kind of like trivial things. We've got prom coming up, and we've got commencement, we've got graduation. While, you know, it's a small piece here in the grand scheme of things, these are huge deals to the kids, right? For the seniors especially. So what's going to happen? Graduation is early June. Have you guys considered what's going to happen there with commencement?
You know, those are great questions. We don't know right now, but being a former senior high principal, I understand how important prom is, and I certainly know as a superintendent how important commencement is for our entire community. But to be honest with you, I do not know at this time right now.
Yeah, this is, as you mentioned, a fluid situation, always changing. So, Dr. Saltzman, you mentioned how important it is to keep the kids happy and to keep them healthy here during this process. So you talked a little bit about the meals that you guys are able to provide. Can you break that down a little bit for me and talk about the program that you're using or that you're doing for these kids to distribute those meals? Because we know a lot of these kids, they rely on these meals. It's the only food some of them get.
Yeah, my food service department is outstanding. Also, the direction from the state's been outstanding. We are getting meals. We have sites. You have a list on our webpage where we're making sure that our kids get meals. When we serve them, we've served over 5,000 meals already.
Wow.
That's the priority, right? To have nutrition for our students. I can't say enough about the amazing food service workers that we have in Everett, but also across this state, as I talk to other superintendents. We're going to feed our kids. That's our priority in public education. The most important people are students and staff, and that's our group. And right now, we got to feed that student group right now and make sure they're fed during this time.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, this is always changing. We are all in this together. Dr. Saltzman, we appreciate you. Of course, we hope the best for your district and for you and yours as well. Stay happy and healthy, sir. We appreciate it.
Thank you for everything, and everybody be safe, please.
Absolutely. Okay, so we know that Snohomish County, Everett in Snohomish County is one of the hardest hit areas from this coronavirus pandemic. So it was good to hear from Dr. Saltzman about what they're doing to make sure that these kids are still in a learning environment. Stay with us. We're going to come back after this short break. We'll be